Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one and only turbo coin. Ladies and gentlemen, we can see there have been a few new tweets about turbo, right? Nothing too crazy, but we can see our new AI intern made by our friends at AI Nexus, right? Chat, joke around, ask anything, even make turbo dance. Don't forget to clip and share your favorite moments. And we can see if we go and look over here, bam, look at our boy dance. Look at our boy dance. You know, this reminds me of that famous Winnie the Pooh dance. If you guys are not familiar, we're going to play this legendary clip. It's just 6 seconds. And we're going to, boom, let it go. Let it go like this. Exactly. Super legendary. Clearly, you can tell it's a slow news day. I mean, this is being recorded on the Saturday going into the Sunday. So usually Saturday is the slowest day just in terms of absolutely everything. But we can see on our slowest day, we still had a 50 million volume day, which is fantastic. We are currently ranked 150th in the whole damn world. All right, so that is pretty good. That is actually very solid. We see we have 360 million market cap. Before we jump into the technical analysis, I'm just curious about the holders. And while that loads up, I also want to see what rank we are in terms of, compared to other meme coins. So we can see, right, this week was definitely a slower week. We've only gone up around 200 holders, but Turbo has been generally just consolidating, right? When we look at the bias overall, right, if we take it, let's just say from multiple points, we can see there has been multiple taps around this 0.0059 area, practically 0.06. Right, we can see multiple times we have tapped off here. So we have been mainly ranging between that price and let's just say, consistently, I would say right around 0.0048, right? So we've just been kind of going sideways, sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower, but overall we have been ranging, right? And of course, before we go on to the full analysis, right, before I forget, we are currently ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Floki is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, Mog 16th. So 16th, right? 16th, we are currently 16th. Some coins have had a decent pump over the last 2 weeks, generally speaking, but I do believe Turbo's time is gonna come once again because especially of the global liquidity, right? Our coin follows the global liquidity index very perfectly. Like, I mean, literally the same way as Bitcoin does, which is fantastic. The reason why it's fantastic is because that means there is consistency. Okay. I've looked at other meme coins or just other coins in general. Some have also followed 91 days. Some have been more random. The ones that are random are a little bit scarier to follow, right? It's less consistent, less everything. But Turbos is perfect, right? Literally, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we are delayed when it comes to the global liquidity. If we just take it from the last couple of tops, we see boom, 84 days, 91 days, so a week apart, 84, 91, still generally you are getting, a lot of value. Even if we go, we can see, right, boom, this was 84 days, 91 from these bottoms. So, before it seemed to me like 84 days was the more relevant. But if we take it also from the top, if we take it from the top, from this one to this one, we can see 91 days. And then of course, if we take it from these bottoms over here to this last red candle, boom, 91-day delay. And yeah, I mean, if we even take it from the first pump to our first pump, it was 91 days, right? 91 damn days. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I expect things to pump soon because the last dip before another big rally, you guessed it, is going to be 91 days, which is going to be next week. So within the next two weeks maximum, we should be expecting some type of pumps. I do really want to see a fake out, right? I do have certain sniper entries ready just in case. I know overall the markets are very bullish because I mean, this is literally the liquidity, right? And we are delayed. So, we are somewhere over here, right? We are somewhere over here. And the markets in general, the money, I mean, we still have this whole rally of money to go up, right? We have certain tops, then we have a little bit of sell off, and now we are continuously, looking to be going higher and higher. So, of course, any types of dips, any types of pullbacks shouldn't be too heavy, generally speaking. But since crypto is very volatile, I am looking for that extra manipulation, right? I do want that manipulation where we do dip that extra 5, 10, 15%, just because it's crypto, right? Just because it's very volatile. I love that personally because, I love dollar cost, you know, averaging into very, very nice prices. Overall, right? Overall, if we look at the analysis right now, we can see that we have, sold off pretty damn heavy. I do think there is going to be some type of fake out and some type of drop over the next couple of days, over the next week or so, right? This buy candle is extremely weak. Talked about it in the Discord and maybe even in the previous video how, I was expecting it to sell off in between this bottom here and this over here just because of the imbalance, right, on the hourly. Plus, when we go to something like the daily candle, it is, going into that institutional candle. So, since Turbo is very, very manipulated, that is exactly where I expected for it to sell off. Now we are currently in this 1 hour order block and we are looking to go up a little bit. Overall, I still think liquidity will be swept. I do believe we will go below 0.0048. If for some reason the bias is wrong, it's not going to really be the end of the world, right? It's not really going to be the end of the world as I have been super stacked on Turbo for over, like, just say generally the last year on very, very great positions on average. So, even if we don't get this little pullback down, even if some of my sniper entries don't get triggered, it's not going to mean everything. What I'd really like to see for sure though, if possible, depending on, obviously how much we get manipulated with Bitcoin, is to come back to 0.04. That would be my most ideal realistic sweep. Okay, that'd be my most ideal realistic sweep. Probably a quick recovery, do something like this, and then bounce between the zones, right? These are the main zones right now. Like if we really are honest, right? 0.004, the 4.8 and the 5.9. They're like the main zones in terms of just classic support and resistance. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I would be anticipating. I would definitely love to have, this type of entry just as one final type of, buy. I might be buying more in the future just because sometimes, greed, right? Even it's like, oh, well, I can still get a 3x. Well, I can still get a 2x, but I still have to be a little bit cautious. I am playing very, very aggressive this cycle personally. But yeah, in terms of just pure manipulation, pure liquidity sweeps, this would make the most sense, right? Coming back down here is very, very unlikely. It is not going to happen. I'm going to say it right now. It is not going to happen. We are simply out of time to do some next level crash. For us to retrace now, let's just say what it's probably like 40%, right? Yeah, 40%. That would mean Bitcoin would probably have to crash like 10%, and altcoin and Bitcoin dominance would have to really spike up at the same time, like a couple percent. Kind of like the way it did here, right? Back in early February, where we just spiked from 61% to 64 within like that hour time frame, and Bitcoin dropped, right? It was like a double gut punch. It was something like that would have to happen where we would honestly have to drop like more than 5% in terms of Bitcoin, which would be, if we take Bitcoin from here to here, yeah, we would have to at least go back to like 100, 203K, and the dominance would have to spike up at the same time. So a lot of things would really, really have to line up for that to happen. I am going to be very honest right now, just because I love you guys. I do have a sniper entry here just in case at 0.0032 33 area, just in case there was some next level manipulation. But in terms of the fundamentals and everything and timing, it's really most likely not going to happen. Even this, like I said, this is very, very low. But yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys, did enjoy. Expect turbo to be pumping very, very soon. Over the next maximum 2 weeks, we really should see some type of rally. Of course, not a financial advisor, but it is overall a great time to be getting in, good purchases for turbo if you're looking to dollar cost average. Remember, it's always better to be buying on the red days, the bottom of ranges and stuff, because once we start leaving this range, there's no reason for us to stay, right? Our next destination will be that 0.008. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up-to-date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should have, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets.